In upscale Redwood Valley, a quiet American suburb known for its perfect lawns and low crime rate, one night changed everything. On October 14th, 2019, 38-year-old Eleanor Graves, a respected family lawyer, mother of one, and community volunteer, mysteriously vanished between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m., a window detectives later called the vanishing hour. What unfolded over the next 50 minutes shocked every major news outlet in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. A case that began as a simple disappearance eventually exposed a hidden double life, a decades-old cover-up, a secret online identity, a buried body, and a killer hiding in plain sight. This story is told through police interviews, digital evidence, and the final recovered footage detectives never wanted the public to see. Eleanor Graves lived a picture-perfect life, a successful career, a loving husband, Daniel, a 12-year-old daughter, Lily, a $1.2 million home, and a spotless reputation in Redwood Valley. But the perfection was a mask, one that started cracking weeks before her disappearance. Neighbors later recalled, she looked scared, always checking behind her. She changed her route home every day. Something, or someone, was haunting her, and no one realized the danger she was in. On October 14th, 2019, at exactly 10:48 p.m., Eleanor texted her sister, "If anything happens to me, look in my study. Bottom drawer. Don't trust him." Her sister replied instantly, but Eleanor never opened the message. Security footage shows Eleanor pacing in her kitchen at 10:57 p.m. She keeps staring at the backyard door. At 11:02 p.m., motion sensors capture someone moving behind the fence. At 11:10 p.m., Eleanor disappears from the cameras. She was never seen alive again. Detectives arrived at the Graves residence at dawn after Daniel reported his wife missing. Inside they found a broken vase, a small pool of blood, no signs of forced entry, a missing laptop, a missing car key, and most disturbing, fingerprints wiped clean. Someone knew what they were doing. Daniel claimed he was asleep the whole night, but his smartwatch data, pulled later by the FBI, showed he walked 487 steps between 11:15 p.m. to 11:40 p.m. His heart rate spiked to 134 BPM. His phone was disconnected from Wi-Fi for 27 minutes. When questioned, Daniel said, "I sleepwalk when I'm stressed." Detectives didn't buy it. Remember the text Eleanor sent? Inside the locked study drawer they found a burner phone, a list of usernames, dates, times, and IP addresses, printed screenshots from a dark web forum. Eleanor was investigating someone using the username Wraith07. The chat logs were chilling. Wraith07. You took what wasn't yours. Eleanor, stop contacting me. Wraith07. You know what happens to thieves. The last message, sent 48 hours before she vanished. The hour is almost here. Eleanor had a secret occupation. By day she was a lawyer, but at night, she worked as an online investigative volunteer, helping identify anonymous criminals for law enforcement digital task forces. And 3 months before she disappeared, she exposed a major fraud ring. Someone wanted revenge. 2 weeks into the investigation, detectives enhanced backyard footage. At 11:02 p.m., the exact moment Eleanor panicked, a man's silhouette appears for 0.7 seconds. His jacket had a patch, Redwood Pest Control, a local company. When police visited the business, the owner said Daniel hired one of their employees 2 days before the disappearance. The employee's name? Caleb Ronan, a man with no social media, no credit history, no family, no verifiable address. But his dark web username? Wraith07. Detectives got a warrant for Caleb's rented storage unit. Behind stacks of furniture, they found a false wall. Inside was a hidden room covered in photos of Eleanor, GPS printouts, audio recordings of her phone calls, a planner labeled The Vanishing Hour, and the clothes she wore the night she disappeared. DNA confirmed it was her blood on the floor, but still no body. Eleanor's missing laptop pinged online for 14 seconds from an abandoned cabin 30 miles from Redwood Valley. A tactical team moved immediately. Inside the cabin, a mattress, empty water bottles, rope fibers, burned documents, a half-buried USB drive. On the USB drive was a single video file named 11_14_final_hour. The footage was from Eleanor's phone. She was tied to a chair, terrified. A masked man paced behind her. Eleanor whispered, "Daniel, why?" Suddenly, a voice from behind the camera said, "You shouldn't have looked in my accounts." The voice was not Caleb's. It was Daniel's. Detectives froze. Daniel wasn't just suspicious. He was the mastermind. Caleb was the accomplice. Daniel stepped into frame wearing a black jacket with the same pest control patch. Daniel ran the fraud ring Eleanor exposed online without knowing her secret digital identity. When he discovered she exposed him, he planned her elimination. The final frame showed Daniel leaning close to Eleanor's ear. "You won't survive the hour." Then the screen went black. 3 days later, search dogs found a shallow grave 2 miles from the cabin. It was Eleanor. Time of death, approximately 11:52 p.m., within the vanishing hour. When police raided Daniel's office, they found his burner phone. The messages between Daniel and Caleb revealed everything. Caleb stalked Eleanor for weeks. Daniel paid him $75,000. Daniel staged the break-in. Daniel deleted cameras remotely. Daniel planned to blame an unknown intruder. But Caleb made one fatal mistake. He filmed everything for insurance. Caleb kept a second copy of the murder footage, not to expose Daniel, but to blackmail him. Before trial, police attempted to arrest Caleb at a motel. They found him dead, a gunshot wound to the head. Next to him, a note. He said, "I was next." Daniel killed his own accomplice to erase all loose ends. Daniel was arrested at 3:14 a.m. When detectives showed him the final video, he broke. He confessed to everything. He was sentenced to life without parole. But here's the chilling epilogue. On Daniel's laptop, the FBI found plans for 2 more victims. 2 women, both lawyers, both part of the same digital task force Eleanor secretly worked with. Her exposure saved their lives. Eleanor Graves did not die in silence. Her evidence, her warning message, and her courage unraveled a criminal empire worth millions. And even in her final hour, she brought her killer to justice. Today, the case stands as one of the most complex true crime investigations in North America, a reminder that evil can hide behind the most familiar faces. But so can bravery. And sometimes, the hero of the story never gets to hear her own victory.